Hi, this is Nitya. I am from Sri Shanmuha College of Engineering and Technology from the Department of Information Technology. In this video, we are going to see full stack MongoDB. Before going to MongoDB, we have to understand what is NoSQL. It is a model alternative to relational databases. NoSQL means it refers to non-tabular databases that stores data which is basically different from any traditional relational tables. Key drivers. So NoSQL, why we are using NoSQL means it is being built for storing high volume, high velocity and variable data structures that basically don't fit in any rigid rows and columns. High volume means if you have a data millions and so many datas, then you cannot store everything in rows and columns. Variable data structures in the sense you have images, audios and videos. Those things are not gonna fit in rows and columns. Common types are the data can be stored as documents. In that case, we use MongoDB and CouchDB. Next, key value pairs data will be stored as key value pairs. For that, we use Reddish and DynamoDB frameworks. Then column family, the data will be stored as one column family. The technologies are Cassandra and HBase. If the data are stored as graph, we use Neo4j. Out of this, we are going to see today in this video MongoDB. MongoDB is an open source NoSQL database designed for high performance, high availability, and easy scalability. The core concept is it stores data as BSON documents. BSON is nothing but binary JSON format. We already know what JSON, how the JSON's data will be stored. Like they basically store data as a key value pairs within curly braces. So what this binary JSON means, in JSON basically there's a plain text which is readable, but in binary JSON they are all stored in binary formats and they cannot be read. As they stored in actually in binary, that can be easily processed by the system or computer. So it is basically more faster than JSON. Then what is document? Documents are sets of key value pairs, of course, like a JSON object. Collections are group of all these documents, which is actually equivalent to any SQL table. Dynamic schema, these are the features. Here we are going to see some of the key features of using MongoDB. The first one is dynamic schema. Every document in a collection can have different fields. You don't need to define a structure before inserting data. So you don't need to define a data type or a structure for whatever data you are going to be inserted into the DB. Then horizontal scaling, uses sharding to distribute data across many machines, handling massive traffic easily. Next, replications. This MongoDB database maintains multiple copies of data so that we can recover those if there is any disaster. Next, indexing supports powerful indexing, which includes geospatial and text speech to keep the queries lightning fast. Next, the basic difference between MongoDB and SQL. They both are databases, of course. Here SQL we store data in table, but MongoDB they are called collections. A single row in a table is equivalent to a document in MongoDB. Column or a field in a table is equivalent to the field in MongoDB also. So here we use table join. Here we have embed the documents. Then MongoDB, building MongoDB environment. The installations options. First, we need to download the MongoDB server from the MongoDB community server. You have to download that in your local machine. Next, MongoDB Atlas. MongoDB MongoDB Atlas is a fully managed cloud database service. This provides basically all the database services you need. Then MongoDB Compass, which is a GUI tool, and GUI tool for anything, for your querying, for optimizing, for analyzing whatever the data you have in MongoDB. Then the basic configurations are, first you need to set up the default path. In Linux it is a /data/db, whereas in Windows it is C://data/db. Then MongoDB process, the primary daemon process that handles data requests and background operations. Then the user accounts and access control. Basically, in MongoDB, it is role-based access control. MongoDB uses roles to manage security. A user is granted one or more roles that determine their access to the actual resources in the DB, enabling authorization. Must start MongoDB with the -- authorization flag to enforce security. Common built-in roles, some of the roles are read, view. It basically views the data, then read, write. It view and modify the data. DB admin, whoever having the role of DB admin, they perform the administrative task which includes indexing and states. Next, user admin, which creates and manages the users. Next, this is how we will be creating an admin user. Like we have to use the admin module, then we have to create the create user which is a DB object. We have to set the username as myadmin and the password as whatever the prompt we give, and the role as user admin any database. So this is how user admin is being created using this code snippet. Next, administrating databases and managing collections. Database operations. So these are some database operations like use whatever the DB name. For example, use student DB, which basically switches to that particular mentioned databases. Next, drop databases. If you use that, you will be deleting that database and show DBS. This command will list whatever the databases being created. Then collection management. Collections are basically, we have already seen in the previous slides, like collections are basically equivalent to the tables in SQL. In this, we have to use these methods like a db.create collection with the name, which creates the particular mentioned collection. Then the drop, db.collection.drop, which removes the collections. Then show collections. So these are basic commands which we were using in MongoDB. Next, connecting MongoDB to Node.js. Node.js is basically a server-side scripting language. So in order to work with the web services, we have to connect the MongoDB to Node.js. So the driver, the library that allows your Node.js dot application to communicate with the MongoDB server using JavaScript. There is a driver in MongoDB, which is a library that allows to get connected with the server side. Connection string, the standard format to tell your app where the database lives. So this is very important, which basically tells the your app web application to tells where from where you have to use the data MongoDB database. For local, you will be using MongoDB :/ local host, then the local host IP address. If it is cloud, you have to use whatever you have to provide the username and the passwords. Then installation. For installations, as we always use npm command, npm space install space MongoDB. And next, this is the basic connection code snippet where we will be getting the MongoDB object, then connecting that MongoDB server. So once the connection, you have to call the connect function with handling the exceptions with the try and finally blocks. Simple application structure is so first we have to initialize the project using the command npm space init space -y. Then you have to install all the dependencies required for using MongoDB using the command npm space I space express space MongoDB. And then whatever the operations you need to use on the MongoDB, like CRUD operations. C stands for create, which inserts a field. Then read, R stands for read. So collection dot find will read the data. Then U stands for update. Collection dot update one, we have to provide the whatever the fields you have to update. And then D stands for delete. Collection dot delete one, you have to provide whatever the data or the document you need to delete provided with the ID. Thank you. That's it for about MongoDB basics. Thank you.